What's up, guys? Welcome to Superwise. I'm John, and very interesting Eternals news to talk about today, because producer Nate Moore talked to the Toronto Sun about potential Eternals sequels, and what he had to say was actually very interesting and kind of telling. So Nate Moore told the Toronto Sun that there are potential ideas for an Eternals trilogy. However, he said that necessarily they don't need to happen. And that is very interesting, because whenever a new MCU movie comes out, the producers, everyone involved is like, yeah, we definitely want to make a sequel, that's the plan and whatnot. But for Eternals, it's like, no, a sequel doesn't really need to happen. Why is that? Well, I'm of two minds. First off, I think what Nate Moore is saying is partly true. I feel like Eternals isn't like an Ant-Man or an Avengers, where it necessarily absolutely needs to have a sequel. Eternals is like this expansion of the cosmic world, and once this movie comes out, maybe the cosmic world has been fleshed out enough for us not to need an Eternal sequel. Maybe, who knows, but I think another part of it, of why Nate Moore is saying this stuff about sequel potential, is because of the Rotten Tomatoes score. Now, some people are going to say, Marvel Studios doesn't care about Rotten Tomatoes. What are you talking about? In every ad and commercial for an MCU movie that comes out, they market Rotten Tomatoes as if it means something. Certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. They care because Rotten Tomatoes is the #1 movie critic website, and audiences go there and see the reviews, and then that influences if they want to see the movie or not. Rotten Tomatoes is a huge factor. It's a huge part of it. Like, Eternals is at a 60% on the verge of being rotten. That's a big deal. It's a record low for the MCU. And one of my favorite YouTubers, Comic Gamer Movie Show, Deshaun over there, he's an awesome guy, makes some really great content. He made a video recently talking about the Eternals Rotten Tomatoes score. He made a lot of great points that I 100% agree with. Like, if Eternals doesn't make bank, like Shang-Chi, and if the audience doesn't react positively to this film, then a sequel is unlikely. And if a sequel by chance happens, I don't know if it's going to be with Chloe Zhao. They might have to revamp it Ragnarok style for the audience to be more attached to these characters. It's going to be a very interesting situation when I walk out of this film, and when just the general audience, public, walks out of this film. How are we going to feel about it? Because if this movie doesn't make money like Shang-Chi and the audience just doesn't connect to these characters, it's going to be an issue. Marvel will have to either just sweep this movie under the rug, have it be its one solo thing, and then have these characters pop up in other MCU projects, or have a sequel, get a new director, and update it for the general public so it can work more for them. That's why I think Kevin Feige is not interested in these long-term contracts, because if something works, he'll keep them on, but if something doesn't, he's not contractually obligated to keep them on. He could sweep it under the rug and move on. So it'll be interesting to see if Eternals becomes the new black sheep of the MCU, because Incredible Hulk currently is the black sheep of the MCU, that sort of one solo thing that never got any sequels, not really talked about anymore. I feel like if things go wrong, Eternals could be the new black sheep, where it's just a one-time thing and could be forgotten about later down the line. We will see. If anything, these Eternals reviews have made me even more hyped to see this film, because I'm really curious to see how I'm going to feel about it. Is this going to be like the Man of Steel of the MCU, a more deep, thought-provoking film, or is this just going to be a boring sort of meh film like Dune? We will see. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about these comments that Nate Moore is making, that an Eternal sequel might not happen? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That will be all for me. And remember my catchphrase, guys. Stay super wise.